What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich and my guest Doug from the Dugout Football channel. And this is episode 4 of Over or Underrated, where we ask each other a few things football related, and we'll answer whether that thing is overrated, underrated, or properly rated. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So you want to go first, or you want me to...
I'll give you one. Joachim Löw.
Joachim Löw, overrated or underrated? Properly rated. I would say Joachim Löw I think he was properly rated, seeing that he's been with the German national team for so long and he was very successful with the national team, winning the 2014 World Cup and all. But I do think he has been a bit overrated by the powers to be in Germany, you know what I'm saying, the DFB and everything. Whoever manages and decides who continues to manage the German national team, because after what happened in 2018, where they got knocked out in the group stages, he should have been gone. It should have signaled an end of an era, and they should have moved on from Joachim Löw. I think they made a horrible error by keeping him on, and we've been seeing recent results, you know, losing to North Macedonia. Like, that, who could have even predicted that? But not to take anything away from North Macedonia, but Germany should not be losing to North Macedonia. And you have to blame the manager. He's the one who's selecting the players. And if you really use hindsight and you think if he picked the right players who would put away those misses that Timo Werner have been missing, they could have won the game. You see what I'm saying? So I must say, a bit overrated now, but properly rated before. He will leave his post after the Euros anyway, so yeah,
it's a difficult one with Joachim Löw, because as you say, he was very, very underrated to begin with, but 16 years in the job, I think 2018, I'm with you, she should have been gone. He should have been gone. So I would totally agree with you about him being overrated now.
Yeah, not many managers could actually suffer a group stage exit from the World Cup, going in as defending champions and survive. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know who he knows up there, or I don't know what he's doing to keep the job, or what he did to keep the job for so long, but he should have been gone in 2018, man. So Doug, I have a good one for you, bro. I'm not gonna start it out too hot, so I'm gonna start by saying football fans.
Football without fans, I think, is quite clearly, the football that we've been watching, the empty stadiums, this isn't football. So football without the fans is nothing. So I would say football fans, criminally underrated for me.
Yeah, this season has definitely proven so. You have home teams not having any home advantage. You see what I'm saying? And in the recent wake of the Super League, you have the clubs thought that they could just do whatever they want, but the fans say, hey, you didn't give us a say here. No, that's not happening. So I think they themselves underrated the power of the fans, and if they were actually paying attention, they would have seen, like, hey, the fans are the most important thing. Without the fans, there's no product. The product doesn't mean anything if no one buys the product. You see, So I do definitely agree with you.
I think the thing is with the football fans managing to get this thing ended. We had Liverpool and Manchester United fans coming together. I mean, the whole community came together to get this thing ended anyway. But obviously there are a couple of clubs now that are still in there, and it looks like Madrid, Barcelona and Juventus are going to get a very, very heavy sanction and possibly a Champions League ban.
All threats.
My next one for you, Dominic CalvertLewin.
For a second, I thought you were gonna ask me Dominic Rich FC. I'm like, I do think Calvert-Lewin is a bit underrated, though, you know, but rightfully underrated, because before he wasn't the force he was, you know, this season. And you got to give props to the hard work that he has put in, the work he has done with both Duncan Ferguson and Carlo Ancelotti. And, you know, he's studying old tapes of some of these Italian strikers and all. And you could see how much he has improved, man. The man has more goals than Mane, Firmino, Aguero, Sterling, all of them. You name them. You name all the big forwards in the league. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has more goals. And if it wasn't for him, Everton would not have been up there challenging for a Europa League spot right now. Maybe a Conference League spot, the most they'll get. But still, it's a very, very respectable performance this season by Everton. Going unbeaten against Liverpool, both home and away. So you got to give it to them. Picking up a first win at Anfield and guard those wins. So it's testament to the brilliance of guys like Richarlison, Sigurdsson, and most notably Dominic, my namesake, Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. I think he's had a fantastic season. I think only Harry Kane, I think, is the highest scoring Englishman in the Premier League, I think with 21. Calvert-Lewin's had a fantastic season. And if he had stayed fit, I think he would probably be in top goal scorer. That's how criminally good he's been this season.
Maybe he'll be over 20. I have a question for you before we do move on to the next one. Do you see a situation where Manchester City could be interested in a player like Dominic Calvert-Lewin?
It wouldn't surprise me. I think he's one of those Englishmen who would actually do very, very well in the City team. And you know, you've got players like Sterling, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez around him. He will score more goals. I think that's what Manchester City have been lacking this season, is a cutting edge, as a goal scorer. You've not really had a number 9 this season. I know Gabriel Jesus and I know, you know, Sergio Aguero have been in and out of the team. But if you have like a proper out and out goal scorer, I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin would be a great signing for Manchester City.
I'll take him. I'll definitely take him. What about a possibility that he could maybe in the future move to, who knows, let's say Harry Kane leaves and goes to a City or United. I doubt he'll go to United with the presence of Cavani still, but let's say Harry Kane does want to leave Tottenham and go to Manchester City. Tottenham could go in for a striker like him too, you know what I mean? So with that being said, he will be part of the England team for the Euros, and he does have a bright future ahead of him. So all the best to the young man. All the best.
Definitely.
Doug, I have a monstrous one for you here, bro. Monstrous. The European Super League.
Right. Majorly.
Wait. Be very careful. Think about it. The European Super League. I want you to really dissect this one, okay?
I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea at the start. I'll be honest with you. I just think the fact that you've got, like, would you want to watch Liverpool, Barcelona, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Barcelona, Manchester City, Atletico Madrid 3 times a season? No. I honestly wouldn't. Yes, I can see, you know, the money side of things with this, but if you actually think about it, the amount of games that they're actually going to be playing, like a Liverpool Real Madrid doesn't come along very, very often. The fact that you played that 3 times, it would get completely boring, in my opinion.
So was the proposal that they were going to play each other 3 times or twice?
I heard it was 3 times.
What if? So what do you think? Overrated or underrated? Properly rated.
I would say overrated.
Why though? Is that because of the reasons you just stated?
I think probably because of the fact that this isn't going to happen. It isn't going to happen, and we have, as we say, that the three clubs that are still in there, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Juventus, are going to get a heavy sanction, whatever it's going to be. I just think this thing is dead in the water now.
My thought. So you're saying it's overrated. My thoughts on this, though, Doug. In reality, yes, overrated, right? But with a little tweaking, let us say it was properly organized by the right people. Let's say UEFA they liked the idea and they wanted to embrace it, and let's say merge with the Super League creators and do create like a genuine Super League, including the UEFA Champions League, the UEFA Europa League, and now the new Conference League, having 3 tiers of super clubs, being tier A, B, and C, being tier A with the better clubs, of course, tier B with and so on and so forth. And with that system, having relegation within the 3 leagues, that concept, I think that concept would have been a brilliant concept. For example, let's say instead of having 32 teams in the Champions League, you would have 20 teams in the top tier of the Super League. Second tier, another 20, and the third, you would have another 20, making it a total of 60 teams. You have 48 teams in the Europa League. You have 32 in the Champions League. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. If you want to expand it to more and make it a 4-tier system, be fine. If you want to make it 80 teams, being that 48 and 32 is equal to 80. If you want to do that, be my guest. That would also be a brilliant idea, right? And then what you do now, you would have 20 teams per tier, 4 tiers. Let's make it 4. And this is something that I actually plan to do in FIFA as well. And I'm doing right now with a 2-tier system. 3 teams will get relegated every season. If you're in the 4th tier and you get relegated, you drop out of the Super League system altogether. I think something like that would have worked so that teams would fight to stay in the Super League, the top tier, because if you're not in the top tier, you won't get the revenue. Top tier get the most revenue, B get the second most, and so on and so forth. I think that would have been a brilliant idea. That could have changed football forever, because you would have the 20 best teams in Europe coming up against each other twice a year. You see what I'm saying? And the winner, and then the winner of that is actually the champions of Europe. If you want to be in the pool to be the champions of Europe, then you will now have to move from tier B into tier A and compete, and then you have a chance. And then the teams outside the system there would be some type of preliminaries to get into the 4th tier to join in the Super. You see what I'm saying? I think that right there, just thinking about it alone, man. Doug, we want to see the big games. We want to see City playing Real Madrid. We want to see City playing United and Liverpool, and we want to see Barcelona against Bayern Munich. This is what we actually want to see, bro. People are talking and they acted like they want to watch Brighton versus Burnley. They don't. Only the clubs of those teams want to actually watch those games. People do not watch these games. People don't even know the players from Burnley, Brighton, and some of these smaller teams, West Brom, Fulham. They don't know who they are. You see what I'm saying? So they need to stop pretending like if they actually don't love a Super League idea. I think the whole problem with the Super League was the fact that there would have been no relegation and there would have been no way of being included, and there was no inclusivity within the league, hence the reason why it was so controversial, and the fact that UEFA wasn't really a part of it first. But the organizers of the European Super League wanted to compromise with UEFA so that this thing could have happened. But UEFA want to be all powerful, and they don't want to actually split up any revenue that they get in from the Champions League. Hence the reason why the whole Super League thing was rebuked.
It's all about money these days, isn't it? I mean, FIFA and UEFA are no darlings. You know, they're as corrupt as anybody. So yeah, it's all about money at the end of the day. But your ideas, you know, they do work. They definitely do work.
It is a brilliant idea. Is it going to happen? I don't think so.
Highly doubt, unfortunately.
It could have worked because we already seen CONCACAF Nations League, UEFA Nations League. It could work in a club system as well. It could definitely work. But thanks for giving me your thoughts on that, though. Let's move on.
Joao Cancelo.
Joao Cancelo, I must say, highly underrated. Big time. Because last season, everyone was laughing at Cancelo. Ha ha ha, City came in second. Ha ha ha, Liverpool won the title. Where you guys going with this guy Cancelo? The thing is, it's not easy to adapt to the English game. You know, Cancelo moved from Portugal to Spain to Italy. And, you know, it's like he's been trying to find a home. And I think this season he has found a home with Manchester City. And he was just acclimatizing last season. There were periods where this guy was absent and you're like wondering what's going on with Cancelo. But this season, I think he has hit the league by storm, and he is one of the main reasons why City have won the title, because Pep put him in the team as a fullback, but he does play in the midfield. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pep has this system where he crowds the midfield, and Cancelo is one of these players who, you know, is very influential because his ball playing skills and his technical ability is very, very, very high. And he is a bit one-footed in that he can't really use his left foot like that, and that has affected us when he has played at left back. But not to take anything away from him, he has been nothing short of brilliant. I'm going to say underrated. One of the best fullbacks in the league this season.
100%. And I think one of his best performances this season was against Liverpool at the Etihad. He played left back that day and was absolutely fantastic. And, you know, Mr. Versatility, you know, we've obviously got James Milner now, but, you know, he could be your new James Milner of Manchester City. He could play anywhere. Yeah,
left back, right back. He could play maybe as a third center back. His defensive side of the game, I see Cancelo more as a 60-40 type fullback, whereas 60 attacking, 40 defensive. But there were games where he was brilliant, man. You know what I'm saying? Even in the Champions League, he's one of the reasons why he has actually we actually in the final of the Champions League as well. And, you know, going on to win a third Premier League title in 4 seasons. I think that is underrated as well. It definitely is.
Definitely, yeah.
So, Doug, I have a good one for you here. Mason Greenwood. I'm giving you a package. Mason Greenwood, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka, Emil Smith-Rowe. As a package.
As a package?
Yeah.
Underrated, criminally underrated. I mean, you've got Mason Greenwood, one of the hottest prospects around right now. Bukayo Saka, who's probably been Arsenal's best player this season. Emil Smith-Rowe, you know, he scored against Chelsea last night, but he's been fantastic recently. Who was the other one?
Big Philly style.
Phil Foden. My young player of the season. You know, if you have those 4 in the team, wow, just wow.
Yeah.
All four of them are criminally underrated.
And you also have 3 of them already making their England debut. Emil Smith-Rowe being the other one out, and there's other players I could throw in. You know, you could throw in a Curtis Jones, you could throw in a Jadon Sancho, you could throw in a Jude Bellingham. But I just think that these 4 players have stood out so much for their respective clubs this season. They're playing like if they're 24 and they're seasoned already. Imagine if these guys keep fit, how good they will be at 24. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Phil Foden has shown so much maturity. In terms of Mason Greenwood, what I think is lacking from his game is a little bit more feistiness. I want to see Mason Greenwood get angry, and he's a bit too mild-mannered. You see what I'm saying? Well, the likes of Phil Foden would get all, you could see Foden is that type of player, but Greenwood is like a little too reserved for me. So he gotta actually get his act together. But I think that Icelandic trip, to Iceland actually helped Foden and Greenwood take their game to the next level. You know what I'm talking about.
I think you're absolutely right there. Look what Foden's done, and look what Greenwood is just smashing them in for fun right now. Both of them have to be in the England squad. If one isn't, I'll be very, very shocked. But I'll tell you something, both of them should be. Well, actually, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden and Greenwood, for me, I think are certainties. I'm not sure about Smith-Rowe. I think it's maybe come a little bit too soon for him.
Yeah. Smith-Rowe won't make it, I think. I don't think he'll make it, but maybe, he'll get a look in after the Euros.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Oh, my next one. Right, I'm going to give you a very hard one. Gareth Southgate.
Boy. Gareth Southgate. This one is difficult. This one is very, very, very difficult. It's very difficult to be the manager of the England national team. The head coach is very different because of the scrutiny and the criticism that you'll get because of the Premier League, which is heralded as the best league in the world and everything. And for you to have the best league, you would want to have the best national team as well. And he has done well since he took charge, in my opinion. But I think the fact that he has so much talent to his disposal that it gives him a good headache, it could also be a bad one as well, because you could make the wrong choices in terms of selection. You could muck things up very, very easily, because when you have these players doing so well, let's say a Joe Willock, Jesse Lingard, and then you have 4-5 right backs to choose from, and then you don't know if to go with Wan-Bissaka, Trippier, Kyle Walker, you know what I mean? There's Trent Alexander-Arnold, there's Reece James. So it's like for Southgate, God, what do I do here? You see?
Yeah.
So damn if I do, damn if I don't. The Chelsea fans are gonna be like, Reece James was the choice. Liverpool fans, why you left out Trent Alexander-Arnold? City fans, if you leave out Kyle Walker, Kyle Walker was the man. And then the United fans, God, how is Wan-Bissaka not getting into this team when he is one of the best defensive right backs in the league? So for Southgate, I think he's done a pretty good job. He's came in third at the World Cup 2018. Was it third or fourth?
Fourth. Belgium beat them in the third place. Yeah.
It was third at the inaugural Nations League. Third for the Nations League, so that's not bad. Third for two major competitions, and England has been pretty solid throughout most of the internationals since he's taken charge. And I'll say Southgate is a bit underrated. I would say he's underrated, because I won't say properly rated, because people always, it's like they're waiting for him to screw up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I won't say overrated, because being overrated would be like you get the job and then you don't do well. So I'll say he's underrated, because I watch a lot of Premier League matches, and this guy goes out. This guy's doing what he's supposed to do. He's watching games. He's looking at players, and the England team has done pretty respectably with Southgate at the helm. Underrated for me, heavily.
Yeah, I think it started really, really well for Southgate. Like, everyone was going, Southgate, you're the one. Like that song from the World Cup. I think he did well at the World Cup, The only thing I have is some of the teams that they played. Like they had Tunisia in their group. They had Belgium. They had Panama. I mean, look, I think if we're being honest, I think most teams would beat Tunisia and Panama pretty easily. And then I think they played Sweden, Colombia. That was a good result. The penalty shootout. Nobody would have imagined England to win a penalty shootout. And then when it matters, semi-final against Croatia, there was just a couple of things. Like everyone said, "Oh, why did Harry Kane not pass to Raheem Sterling?" I know that Gareth Southgate can't do that, but I think recently just has gone a little bit stale, and I think people are actually now, questioning Gareth Southgate's position as England manager. I think they have to have a good Euros. I think the only person that is actually stopping them from actually being good is Gareth Southgate himself, because I think some of his tactics come into question.
So, if not Southgate, who could take England to the top, in your opinion?
It's a very, very difficult question. I mean, you're looking at. I mean, there's not many people available. I mean, I would probably say like an Eddie Howe, someone like that. I think he would be a good England manager.
I know a lot of people. I know Pep Guardiola name comes up a lot too for a job like that. That would be crazy. That'd
be mental.
Yeah. If he do decide to go into international coaching, that would be crazy if England does hold him down. But I have one for you. This is the last one, and we're gonna wrap things up today's episode. And I have a choice between two of these, but I'm gonna have to ask you the Belgian national team.
Ooh, again, they've got a really, really great squad, but we've just not seen the best of it. That's the problem. We've not seen the best of it. So I think it'd be harsh to say overrated.
Say it.
Yeah, I'm going to say overrated.
Yeah,
I'm going to say overrated.
Because with a squad like that, no way you shouldn't win the damn everything. You should win everything with that squad.
You should.
Everything.
You should.
Hazard,
De Bruyne,
like
Lukaku,
Mertens,
Batshuayi,
Benteke. All these guys, man, they do well for the national team. And come on, Belgium. You know what I'm saying? Belgium, great story. Belgium, you probably noticed, was the team that I followed at the 2018 World Cup, because I do live in the USA. I'm from St. Vincent, and both those teams weren't in the World Cup. So I decided to pick Belgium, and it was a great ride. It was a damn good ride, especially that Brazil game. It was damn good. And after beating Brazil, knocking them out, after what they did against Japan, remember the Japan game?
Yeah, it was a mental game of 5-2.
I think it was like 3-2 or something. I can't remember the exact score line. But Japan had went ahead and Belgium came back. Yeah. I don't think it was 5-2 though. I don't think it was 5-2. Let me do a quick research really quick. I'll edit this out. Yeah, dog. 3-2. I just had to do a quick Google search. 3-2. And 3-2. What actually happened in that game? Japan scored 2 goals. First, it was a 48-minute goal by Haraguchi and Takashi Inui in the 52nd minute. And then Belgium came roaring back in the 69th, Vertonghen, Fellaini in the 74th, and Nasser Chadli, who was playing as a wing-back throughout the World Cup, in the 94th minute. And it was a great game. It was look, my reaction is on the, my channel. And I should throw a clip in. So enjoy the clip. Whoa! Damn! Where do I start? But, dog, that game was really good. And I think Belgium should have went on to win the World Cup, though. But it seems like their neighbors, French-speaking neighbor, France, they just couldn't get the better of them.
No. And I think, look, Roberto Martinez is a good manager. I think the one thing stopping Belgium from winning something is Roberto Martinez. I honestly do. Yes, he did well at Wigan. He did well at Everton, but after that, I honestly think if Belgium had a better manager, I think they'd be winning stuff left, right, and centre.
Maybe, but highly overrated.
Highly overrated, big time.
What are the chances in the upcoming Euros before we leave?
I would say semi-finals at best, but I'm going to say semi-finals. I don't think they're good enough to win it again. I think it's going to be the same Belgium story. They'll start well, but when it comes to that quarter-final, semi-final stage, I think they'll flop again.
Well said, Doug. So, guys, that's the 4th episode of Over Under with Doug from the Dugout Football channel. A link to Doug's channel will be in the description box down below, so make sure you hit it and subscribe.
So, guys, remember to hit that subscribe button onto Dominic's channel. But remember to come over to check my channel as well. And until next time, we will see you in the next one. Peace out.
Peace out. Rich Squad. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That was good. That actually came out better than I thought it would. It was just so free flowing, you know what I'm saying? It's a conversation. It's a football conversation.